Sai Ram. We welcome you all to the Sri Sathya Sai Center of Arcadia, and a very warm and special welcome to our guest speaker tonight, Swami Chidananda from Mumbai, India. On behalf of all of the officers, we wish each and every one of you a very happy and holy Ganesh Chaturthi.
Sai Ram, I'm so happy and humble to introduce Swami Chidananda. Before I introduce Swamiji, I just wanted to have a special thank you for our Bhagavan Sathya Sai and to all the SSIO officers and for Swami Chidananda to make this happen. Swamiji originally from Mysore, Udupi district, and did his BE Engineering Electronics in Mysore University, and moved on to MTech at IIT Madras. And now currently he is in Mumbai, and Swamiji is so well versed in Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and Ramana Maharishi's Upadesasara, Saddarsana, all those. Not only just well versed, in depth, Swamiji gives talks and explains. What I actually wanted to share is a couple of personal things with Swamiji. In the early 93, 94, when we moved here, one of our Sai devotees' house, she actually had Swamiji for 5-day talk on Bhajagovindam, Adi Sankara's works. That's when actually I met Swamiji. And also the practicality of the Bhagavad Gita, spirituality in family life. So those are the things that I attended. Since then, I've been the real adoration and follow Swami Chidananda. And one more thing, I know with the time restraint, I just want to share one more personal thing. In 2009, we had some family challenges and the crisis when we were going through at our prayer room. I just bowed down and I thought, oh, I'm going to take a Prahalada's path as Om Namo Narayana. That's all. So a few actually very short period, few days, few weeks later, and in fact, I brought the card to show everybody, and I received this card from Swamiji. I have not talked to Swamiji at all, and nobody knows that I took this Om Namo Narayana mantra. Next thing is he sends a beautiful card, Om Namo Narayana. And then with a little note, may divine energy raise in you every time situations tend to depress you. And so I asked Swamiji, how did you know that I took Om Namo Narayana? He said, you might want to pose that question to Lord Narayana. With that, I'm going to have Swamiji come and share a few things about Ganesh Chaturthi.
Gajanana Padmarkam Gajanana Maharnisham Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadantam Upasmahe. First of all, I submit that this opportunity to join all of you and share some spiritual thoughts is in the first place a blessing to me myself as a sadhaka on the journey. It is to make me a better instrument for the work that I take up. From childhood, I've always revered Swami. In the home I grew up, Sai bhajans have been there from my childhood. Therefore, Though my journey took me to some intellectual pursuits, study of Upanishads and so on, in my heart I remain very devoted to Swami, whom I had darshan just once, 1978. All right. This evening we are especially looking at the significance of Ganesha Chaturthi. I recited the well-known shloka, Agajanana Padmarkam, Gajanana Maharnisham. Not many may know the little special poetry in this shloka. Everyone knows Gajanana as a name of Sri Ganesha. But the first quarter, first pada of the shloka says, Gajanana Padmarkam. The second quarter says Gajananam Aharnisham. What is the first quarter? It is not about Gajanana. Agajanana. Aga means mountain or Parvata. And Agaja, born to the king of mountains, Parvata Raja, is Parvati. Agaja is thus Parvati. And Parvati's face, Agaja Anana, is compared with a Padma, lotus. And the lotus blossoms when sunlight falls upon it. Ganesha is described as the bright sun who makes the lotus of Parvati's face bloom in joy. In other words, Agajanana Padmarkam means Lord Ganesha who makes his mother Parvati most happy. Then Gajananam, having the face of the elephant. Gajasya Ananam Yasya. Gajananam Aharnisham, day and night I pray to him, I remember him. In this recent issue of The Eternal Companion, there is a wonderful editorial with so much details of Ganesha Chaturthi. I took a look at it. Sister Praveena provided it to me, and as I looked at it, it's such a wonderful collection. All of you, I'm sure, are getting it. Some of you may not have read it. Please read it. There were many things which I did not know before, and many were directly from Swami and quoted in that editorial. For example, we have this Gajanana. So, Ga is Gamya. Gamya means where we have to go, we have to reach, we have to have it as the ultimate destination. And Ja is Janma. And we have a goal in life. Our Janma and our entire life actually has a supreme goal. The rishis of yore talked about the four Purusharthas. All of us may begin with Kama and Artha, but pretty soon we are not satisfied with just some enjoyments and some accumulation of wealth, for they entail their own problems too. Therefore, we aspire for third Purushartha, Dharma. We want order. We want certain righteousness. And we want to be giving. We want to be generous. In our immaturity, we thought by taking from everywhere we would be happy. But we realize that greater joy is in giving. And that is also called dharma, dharma dana. And then life is so complex. Even when we walk a relatively virtuous life, our heart does not find peace. To find lasting peace requires great, deep spiritual insights. As Sri Krishna would say in the Bhagavad Gita, we need to see the imperishable amidst the perishable. Vinashyatsu avinashyantam yapashyati sapashyati is a line in the 13th chapter of the Gita. Whoever sees the indestructible amidst things that are getting destroyed, indeed sees, she or he indeed is wise. So that kind of extraordinary insight can bring to us lasting peace, that is moksha. Artha and kama give fleeting pleasures, fleeting happiness. Dharma gives relatively steady sense of I am okay now, I am on the path, I am on the right track. We have reason to pat ourselves on the back when we come to dharma. But to overcome the problems of old age, disease, death, and so on, even dharma is not enough. Dharma is stepping stone. Moksha is the ultimate goal. That is the gantavya. And to reach that, we need Sri Vinayaka's grace. To read that editorial of the magazine was very refreshing to me in many ways. As I already said, I have been somewhat in touch with Sri Sathya Sai work from childhood because my family is into Sathya Sai quite a bit. One of my only younger sister spends almost all the day writing Likita Japa of Sai Ram, Sai Ram. I visited her once as a Swamiji. I went to my younger sister's house. Normally, we don't keep in touch with family. But once I visited her, being my younger sister, promptly she brought some tea and some refreshments. But even while giving it, he was doing Likita Japa in between tea and gave tea to me, drink, and she was continuing Sai Ram, Sai Ram. To be frank, I got a little irritated. I, the older brother, has come after such a long time. Should she not keep her Likita Japa by the side? She and her husband, active members of Kasaragod Sai Center, spend a lot of time in bhajans, in medical camp. Her husband is a doctor. In our family, bear with me for this little bit sharing on my family side. If they are putting any function at our hometown, they won't put it on Budhavara, Wednesday, because this Geeta and her husband Keshav Bhatt will not come. Because Budhavara is a Sai medical camp. So they will say, no, don't keep it on Budhavara. Keep it on Thursday or Tuesday and so on. For that is high priority. So one of the things which was so refreshing to me is such wonderful expansion of abbreviations in Swami's teachings. Swami gives very profound teachings as well as teachings that are very simple. ABC. I thought it is a TV channel. I came to know that Swami explained it as always be cheerful. I did not know this. Somehow it had missed me. Now I am going to talk about it everywhere for next 1 month. ABC. A new formula I got. Always be cheerful. And that being cheerful is built into one of the shlokas of Shri Ganesha. Prasannavadanam dhyayet sarva vignopashantaye. In that famous, very popular Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum, at the end we say Prasannavadanam dhyayet. Now, I would once more say, all of you, if you have not read, read that editorial. It's a wonderful collection of lot of good points. But from my side, let me say, Sri Ganesha is also regarded as an expression of Omkara. Pranavaswarupaha Ganeshaha, they say. And in the Vedantas, that is Upanishads, Pranava is given very great importance. Almost every Upanishad talks about Pranava. In Mundaka Upanishad, it is said Pranava, that is Om, is the bow. Hold the bow of Pranava. Keep your own mind as the arrow upon that bow and shoot. The target is no other than Brahman, the Supreme Reality. Pranavo dhanuhu sharo hi atma brahma tal lakshya muchyate. This is a mantra from Mundaka Upanishad. But the philosophy reaches a great height in Mandukya Upanishad, where the mantras say, Om is everything. Om is the beginning. Om is the middle. Om is the end. Om is the past. Om is the present. Om is the future. Other than Om, there is nothing at all. Om is the waking state. Om is the dream state. Om is the deep sleep state. In this way, anything and everything is in Om. Such rich tributes are paid to Omkara. In Mandukya Upanishad, certain mysterious dimensions of Om are presented. So let us think a little about it. If Lord Ganesha has Om as his essence, he is an expression of Om. The popular form of elephant face and our making a clay idol during Ganesha Chaturthi. After a few days, we do Visarjana. All that is levels of expression. There is a basic truth and then expressions of it. When you are happy, that happiness is the essence. You may express that happiness with as little as a smile or as much as distributing sweets. When you are happy, you may express your happiness by singing a song or dancing. There are hundreds of expressions of happiness, but happiness is the core. Likewise, the form of Ganesha is a great expression which has numerous significant meanings, but the essence is Om. What is this essence? In the Advaita Vedanta, especially, this Om, the essence, is actually the only truth. Om alone is the truth. Rest of it is appearance. In the Vedantas, I guess saying a few words of Vedanta would be welcome as a fresh breeze here, as a change of topics. In the Vedanta, the most commonly used illustration, drishtanta, is rope and snake. In 1993, I first time came to USA, to San Jose, and knew Swami, young, and people wanted to know how this Swami speaks. So they arranged 3 evening lectures in San Jose, California, our own Northern California. I gave 3 lectures. A bunch of people came with lot of curiosity, how good this Swami is. In fact, within a month or two, I came to Southern California, San Gabriel, etc. First day, I spoke on what scriptures teach. People appreciated it. Second day also, I spoke, taking the topic further. By and large, people seemed to appreciate. They were happy, I was also happy. But then, one member of the audience sent a complaint against me to Bombay, the headquarters of the spiritual organization where I was working. A lady, her complaint, those days, not email, 93. Email started within 2 or 3 years. Facsimile. He sent one fax with fax machine to the head of the organization where I was representing. The new Swami that you have sent to our city is pretty good, but I have a complaint. And that complaint was, he has not mentioned rope and snake even once so far. How can there be a Vedanta discourse without rope and snake? And my boss there called me from Mumbai. People are appreciating your lectures, but why don't you mention rope and snake at least once? So the third and last lecture in that series, I began with rope and snake and talked only about rope and snake. The lady understood. Oh, he has come to know the facts that I had sent. So after the lecture, she said to me outside, Swamiji, I did not want so much of rope and snake. Anyway, when we say Lord Ganesha, or for that matter Swami, is everything. Tvameva Brahma, Tvameva Vishnu, Tvameva Shivaha, and so on. What does it mean? The same rope in dim light may appear to somebody as a snake, to somebody else as a fissure in the earth, a crack. Somebody else may imagine there is a garland someone has thrown, and yet somebody else may imagine maybe it is a cloth. It's not snake, it's not cloth, it's not fissure in the earth, it's not a garland, it's not another 100 imagined things. The truth is one rope. One rope appears as many things to many people. This way, through the form of Ganesha, we actually need to reach that one truth. He is the portal, he is the dwara, he is the gateway. In Sanatana Dharma, we have many forms, but one God. One God and many forms. And this evening we are here to appreciate the form of God known as Ganesha. The form, once more, is the portal to enter. And as you and I go about Ganesha Upasana, loving contemplation on Ganesha, that entering deepens. We get deeper and deeper, and we arrive at that one truth of which Lord Ganesha is a magnificent expression. There are other expressions too, and what is more, all of us, even the hills and rivers, plants and animals, are all expressions of that one truth. To go from the many to the one, to go from duality to the non dual truth, to go from false to the true, from darkness to light, from death to immortality, asatoma, sadgamaya, and so on, is the spiritual journey. How long do you want to stay with conflicts, with turmoil, with unhappiness, with friction, friction with others, friction with ourselves? We are fighting with ourselves many times. A part of our mind says one thing, another part of mind says the opposite, and we get tired. That is asat, that is tamas, that is mrityu. From asat we have to go to sat. From tamas we have to go to jyoti. From mrityu we have to go to amrita. That is the spiritual journey. Somebody put it nicely. The spiritual journey is a movement from being a Buddha to becoming a Buddha. Buddha to Buddha. Okay, call it as you like, but definitely through bhakti, through jnana, and through karma. Which karma? Not sakama karma. That we anyhow know, but nishkama karma. And charity begins at home. Our seva should begin right at home with the family members, with people whom we meet on a daily basis. Can we have better relationship? That's what Sri Krishna would say. Karmani eva adhikaraste ma phaleshu. Phala here means what you get from others. In fact, in the broader sense, what you got from others, what you are getting from others, and what you will get from others. All three are phala. And generally, we do a lot of fuss about it. What did I get? I did so much for him. What did he give me? I did so much for her. She didn't even say thank you. Do you know that? Etc. We do fuss. Now, to live Bhagavad Gita's teachings requires that we take note of how others treated us and we do what is essential, what is really necessary, but without much fuss about it. The great principle of Karma Yoga was expressed by one of the presidents of this country, John F. Kennedy, in his commencement address. Ask not what the country can do for you. Ask what you can do for the country. It doesn't mean country should not give you anything. Country will. But your focus can be, if you are truly spiritual, your focus can be how to enhance, how to increase your contribution to the society, to the country, and once more, to begin with, to your own family members. We get angry, and let us hold back from angry words. We get annoyed, let us hold back from expressing negativity. Let us try our best to live in loving relationships. From our side, we should emit, we should give love. Lastly, in this matter of the one expressing as many, since I have certain science background, I'll share a thought from science point of view, pure physics point of view. In the last century, Einstein found out time is not absolute, it's relative. Space is curved. Difficult to imagine. If I take a sheet of paper and curve it, then you see, the paper is curved. And then if I say like that, space also is curved. How can space be curved? In space, a paper or a pen, pencil, a wire can be curved. But space is curved, said Einstein. Time is relative. On the axis of time, a moving object can speed up or slow down. But last century itself, they talked about time slowing down or time speeding up. The basis on which other things slow down, time itself is said to slow down. So that shows that there are cracks in this vast universe. This universe is not as real as we imagine. This outer universe, consisting of planets, galaxies, and so on, is not as real as we imagine, though we are very attracted to it. And science goes on finding more and more dimensions of the cosmos. And what is more, our joys and sorrows also are not as real as we imagine. Many a time we take our hand to our head. Oh, I lost. I was insulted. Everybody made mockery of me. Oh, this should not have happened to me. Once in a while, we feel we won, we are victorious. This victory, this defeat, this being high, this being low, they are all snake upon the rope. The rope alone is true. And this should not remain mere speaking or mere talking. It is said in Kali Yuga there will be a lot of lip Vedantins. Maybe I am one of them, talking. I pray, falling at the feet of Swami, that I live up to the words which I have learned to speak. For we begin with philosophical knowledge, but somewhere with the divine grace, we begin to actually have the insights, and our life aligns with what we speak. Then we are truly happy. So, Vedanta says this universe, this cosmos, which has spread out far and wide in space and time, actually is an appearance. Our own growth, decay, promotion, demotion, rise, fall, all these, they look very real. Actually, they are an appearance. The outer universe and our inner being, all this one truth, that is Satchidananda, that is Om, and that is Shri. Therefore, in a certain work, supposedly written by Adi Shankara, the shloka, the three shlokas, Ajam Nirvikalpam Nirakara Rupam, so on. Each shloka ends with Parabrahma Rupam Ganesham Bhajema. Ganesha is Parabrahma Rupa. Ganesha is no different from that Parabrahma, which alone is the truth. Rest of it is Maya at play. Rest of it is mind at play. We are so caught in mind, we are so caught in thoughts, emotions, and beneath and behind thoughts and emotions, beneath and behind perceptions of things outer and things inside, there is the actual truth. That is Parabrahma and that is Ganesha. I compliment all of you in getting together Thursday after Thursday, praying to Swami, praying to Supreme Lord, and meanwhile engaging in so many service activities. Swami highlighted Seva so much. All over the world we find Seva being done with a lot of love for fellow beings. So it is so wonderful. With the Swami's Anugraha, may every one of you rise inwardly in consciousness, a vertical rise in consciousness. You become higher and higher in your understanding of what life is, what this creation is. Then you will also know who the Creator is. From a better appreciation of the glory of creation, may you deeply appreciate the grandeur and glory of the Creator, and in that understanding, may all the four Purusharthas be accomplished. With prostrations at the feet of Swami, I conclude these words with gratitude to all of you. Om Sai Ram, Sai Ram.